right. Just me to start. Rules are rules. When the Padres win, Jim doesn't do the show, as you guys know. Jim is here for the losses, so we'll see if he shows up. Padres win. He's like, do I really need to be there if the Padres won? That kind of takes away my shtick. He will be here. I'm kidding. He's at dinner with Erin and her family. Guys, really appreciate it. There's a lot to get into. If you're here, Padres, listen, backs against the wall, obviously. Had fallen 7 games under 500. This certainly doesn't dig them out of that hole. What I will say about tonight is that you got some results you were looking for, right? I mean, Miami loses, you're 5.5 games out of a playoff spot. And listen, they're 6 games under 500. It doesn't change the overall trend 120 games into the season. But, we've said it a lot. Nobody has fully run away with this thing in the National League. And the Padres with this 10-game homestand, can they go, can they have success over the next 8 games? Can they win a series against Baltimore with Blake Snell on the mound? Can they make it back-to-back, which they've really struggled to do, and they score 10-plus runs this season? And can they find any momentum in a point in the season where they just got to do it? I mean, it is now or never. This is the homestand. They absolutely have to hopefully put themselves in a position where they can get to within 3 or 4 games of that wild card spot and then make a run potentially over the last month or so of the season. But again, the Padres big over the Orioles, some things they just hadn't done all season. A grand slam. Michael Wacha, very good in his return. They had certainly missed him. And, you look up and down, and there were a lot of contributions in this game. Gary Sanchez with the grand slam, shockingly, their first grand slam of the season. Everyone had multiple hit games. Kim, a pair of hits. Tatis, 3 hits. Gary Sanchez, the grand slam, had 2 hits. A lot of slug in this game, a lot of power in this game. And again, the Padres win it big over the Orioles 10-3, setting up a rubber match on Wednesday at 5:40. If you are here, there's a lot to get into. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Please subscribe here on Content for Padres fans. Also, if you're here and you're looking for even more Padres content, click the link in the description down below. We just launched our brand new John and Jim channel with plenty of Padres content. Click that link in the description down below. Please subscribe to that channel as well. That launched, I think, a week ago today. Please smash the like button for us. You can follow me on Twitter at John Schaefer. We really do appreciate the super chats. For me today, as a one-man band, at least to start the show, the only way I'm going to be able to get your comments here to start the show at least is with the super chat. Just click the $ below the chat box. Great way to support our work. Great way to control the direction of the show. Great way to make sure your message appears on screen. So click the $ below the chat box. If you want to become a member, you can click join down below as well. You'll get custom emojis and badges. But, all things being equal, a game they kind of needed, obviously. After having lost 7 of 8, I think it was 7 of 8 coming in. Michael Wacha, good. Bit of a laugh for 7 runs in the first couple of innings. Padres led this game 10-0, and they win it 10-3. So let's get to it. Jim will be here, I promise. Jim will be here at some point. He told me he would be. I was giving him a hard time saying, I'm going to tell everyone that you don't appear when the Padres win. And he's like, dude, I'm at dinner with Aaron. What do you want me to do? I'm like, leave. Be a man. Come on. Clean it up. And by the way, another thing we haven't seen, Matt Carpenter, who was in the witness protection program. He appeared for the first time since July 24th in this game. Let's see. Bob Melvin saying, by the way, post-game tonight, I'm seeing from Annie Halbrin on Twitter, I never pulled for a guy to get a hit so hard in my life. Said Bob Melvin of Matt Carpenter's pinch hit appearance today before acknowledging the difficulty of managing an at-bat after being sidelined for so long. It's almost impossible, he said. I'd still love to learn more about that dynamic. I mean, that's really one of the more confounding situations of the season. As bad as this thing has gone for the Padres, the situation with Matt Carpenter is almost impossible to figure out. Who doesn't appear for 3 weeks in the major leagues? All right, let's get to it. Daniel, thank you for the very generous super chat. Really do appreciate it. And again, guys, if you want to contribute, click the $ below the chat box. We'll get to them all tonight. Of course, the answer is no. As the super says, are we back? Of course, it's not that simple. It never has been with the 2023 Padres, who, for whatever reason, cannot build off anything and have had no level of continuity or consistency at all this year. And the amazing thing about it is that at 57-63, they even have an outside chance. I mean, heading into tonight, we talked about this on the radio. Everyone and their mother wants to bury this team, rightfully so. I mean, we've been there. Jim's certainly been there. But because of the expanded wild card, because you look at the teams that are in playoff position right now in the National League, and these are teams that are 3 games over 500. Excuse me, 5. Miami's 5 games over 500, and they've got control of that final wild card spot. Chicago 3 games over, Cincinnati 3 games over. Arizona's a 500 team. So it's not that you're fully out of it. It's just to say that they're back. Well, that's an impossibility because they just haven't shown any level of consistency, and they haven't been at 500 since May 10th. Or they haven't been over 500, excuse me, since May 10th. So of course it's impossible to say they're back after one game. It would be impossible to say they're back even if they beat Baltimore tomorrow. They got to do this now for the rest of the season because there's no margin. And it could take finishing the season off with, a 680 type winning percentage or higher potentially to get into the postseason. And you're also at the mercy of a Miami or a Chicago or a Cincinnati just running away with it. And you play, 600 plus baseball and they play to that level or better. So, it's a day. You'd prefer this to the opposite. I mean, you'd prefer this win and you'd love to make up ground. And that's what they did here today. Picked up a game on Miami, picked up a game on the Cubs, picked up a game on the Reds. I mean, the 3 teams you're really chasing right now. And San Francisco's not exactly running away with it for that second wild card. The Padres, still within arm's reach, despite the fact that they're 6 games under 500. Again, basically throughout the course of baseball history, any team that's 6 games under 500 this late in the season has had no shot. But things are different with the 3 wild cards, with the American League being better than the National League this year. Again, is it unlikely? Absolutely. I think Fangraphs today had a 17.6% chance for the Padres to reach the postseason. That probably goes up a percent or 2 or 3 today. So they might be giving the Padres right now something like a 1 in 5 chance, which seems overly optimistic because we're watching this thing each and every day. I personally think a 1 in 5 chance seems overly optimistic when you look at the way they've played, coupled with the number of teams, like the sheer volume of teams in front of them. The one saving grace or caveat that is stupid, but you have to bring up as well, not only are they, not only do they have 42 games left, they're chasing teams that they play. They're chasing teams that they play. Arizona will be here this weekend. Miami will be here next week. There's still 7 games, I believe, against San Francisco on the schedule. Philadelphia still comes here, right? I mean, plenty of opportunities to win series against teams in front of you. Don't even have to sweep the series with 42 games. If it's 2 out of 3 against Baltimore, if it's 2 out of 3 against Miami, you just need to gain ground with every series. You're not 10 out, you're 5.5 out. You gain a game every series, over the next 4 or 5 series, and you've put yourself in a position where, there's a couple of weeks left in the season and, maybe everything is still in front of you potentially for the Padres. But right now, 57 and 63, I can't go too crazy here, obviously, based on one game, especially considering the way they had been playing. I mean, they were just playing so poorly. And now tomorrow, we've said this so many times, you have to win tomorrow. You have to back up the 10-run performance, and you have to win with Blake Snell on the mound. It's just as simple as that. You just have to win the game, or it's just another time we're going to say, oh my gosh, this is 7, 8, 9 times you said they have to win this game, and they haven't. And at some point, we're just all going to lose collective faith. But thank you, Daniel. Long way of saying no, they're not, unfortunately. And I don't think they'll be back if they win tomorrow either. Andrew, thank you for your super chat. Appreciate it. Again, guys, if you're here, please subscribe. If you're here, if you wouldn't mind clicking the link in the description down below, subscribing to our brand new John and Jim channel as well if you're looking for more Padres content. Andrew, thank you. He says, I finally made it to a live wrap-up show. Good win tonight. Someone needs to be the club leader and get this offense on track. Return of Slam Diego. Man, did you think that was coming? There were a couple of things I didn't know if they were going to come this season. Were they going to hit a grand slam? It took to the 120th game. Isn't that 120 games to the grand slam? And are they going to win 4 games in a row this year? 120 games, only team in baseball without a 4-game winning streak. But we can check one of those tonight with the grand slam that came in a 5-run first inning after a bases loaded walk. Now, I'll say this about Gary Sanchez, who had bounced around a couple of times this year, who was DFA'd. It's hard to ask more of what he's produced. I know he's not hitting 300. What catcher is? I know it's not a 1,000 OPS. What catcher is capable of doing that? But it's just been a very good year for a very bad team to this point. It's just been a very solid year. He's been a consistent contributor. I think he's called good games. He's defended his position well enough. And he's hit, he's slugged, He's had some clutch hits, and he's hit for power. And it's been a nice year, especially when you consider the circumstances. Completely off the scrap heap. 16 home runs and 195 at bats. What is that? A home run for every 12 ABs? I mean, that's unbelievable what he's been able to do, especially when you consider ballpark factors, Petco Park, everything that goes into it. So, yeah, he's been valuable, despite the fact that this team is 6 games under 500. You were hoping they'd fall into a grand slam at some point. Maybe this is the start of 3 in 10 days. That beggars can't be choosers. And Andrew, thanks for hanging out with the live wrap-up show. Typically, Jim is here. Jim, if you're just joining us tonight, Jim will be here. So Jim will be here. He's at dinner with Erin and her family. I think he said he's got the same thing maybe tomorrow night, and then who knows? It's Jim. Who the hell knows? Should I get Ben Fadden on the show? Who wants to be my co-host? Put it in the chat. Who wants to be my co-host? Put it in the chat. I can invite you potentially. But thank you, Andrew, for the super. Let me get to this from our longtime viewer, Murray. Murray, it's good to have you here. Thank you so much for the generous super chat tonight, guys. Please subscribe. Thank you for the supers as well. Just click the $ below the chat box. Murray says, great win today. Thank you, John and Jim, and the chat for all of your support. Murray recently lost his brother, Alex. When Alex died, I was lost, but you all were here for me, and I'm forever grateful. I say this with all sincerity. I love you all. Murray, that's you don't need to say that to us. We're forever grateful that you've spent this time, which has been so challenging, obviously, for you and your family, with us, especially considering the circumstances of the season. There's a million other places you could be, especially everything that's going on in your family life. So really, again, our condolences and our thoughts. I know a lot of people here feel the same way, and appreciate you hanging out. Again, the circumstances of the way the Padres have played this year has presented other opportunities for people to spend their time, obviously, here in August. But Padres got a lot of loyal fans. I mean, we're getting thousands of viewers every single night. When you look at the numbers on replay, we're getting hundreds of viewers here live every single night. So people, don't let me take away the hope. Don't let Jim take away the hope. Nobody said it's impossible. We're just saying with each passing day, it's becoming increasingly unlikely. But a night like tonight, and all of a sudden they just lure you back into thinking that, maybe it's possible, right? That maybe we should have a little bit of hope. Maybe you need to believe. Again, it's one game. They're not in the postseason without getting over 500. They're still 6 games under 500. The schedule coming up isn't easy. But a night like tonight is encouraging in the grand scheme, and we'll see if they can follow it up behind Blake Snell tomorrow. But Murray, thank you again. Thank you again for your time here tonight. And again, our condolences, everyone here in the chat and on the wrap-up show. Rita, thank you for your super chat here tonight. He says, post-slam pods go on a 4-game winning streak and win extra inning games. Wouldn't that be nice? Like, everything changes, right? It's like, imagine if all of a sudden they're the team we expected to see. I think that's probably oversimplifying it based on one grand slam, would be my guess. But yeah, like, imagine if the grand slam, and we've said there's like 100 turning points this year and there have been none, essentially. But like, let's just pretend it's not even a turning point. Let's just pretend the post-slam Padres go on a winning streak. The post-slam Padres get Joe Musgrove back, potentially for the stretch run. The post-slam Padres get Michael Wacha pitching like he did in the first half, and he was very good tonight in 5 innings. The post-slam Padres get contributions from the Big Four. The post-slam Padres win 1-run games. The post-slam Padres win extra inning games. Finish that sentence. The post-slam Padres ... Put it in the chat. Post-slam Padres are the same team. Post-slam Padres are disappointing, or maybe the post-slam Padres change the fortunes of the season. The issue here with saying a turning point, it's coming, is it's so late now. Now you got a quarter of your season left. You got a quarter of your season, 42 games, 25, 26% of your season right now. And you're chasing down a number of teams. You're not fully out of it, but you're like drawing to an inside straight, right? Like, you only have so many outs in the deck. You don't have 1 out in the deck, right? They don't have a 2% chance of making the postseason. Even if Fangraph says 20 and I say that's too high, it's not 2%. Maybe it's a 1 in 10, right? Maybe it's a 1 in 15. Again, those odds aren't great. Those aren't significant, but there's a couple of outs. And what are those outs? Michael Wacha, consistent, consistently, giving you 5+ innings. He's been so good when he's been healthy. Maybe get Joe Musgrove back. And maybe just become maybe get some clutch hits. They just have not been a clutch hitting team. Maybe as opposed to being 6-19 in 1-run games, they close, 6-2 in their final 8 1-run games. You get the point. Like, can they get all that to go in their direction over the final 42 games? And if they can, will that be enough to get into the postseason? And, do you think it's fair? Like, is it completely over? Is it, hey, they got a 1 in a million shot? It's not a 1 in a million. Let's be honest. We've seen teams do this. Kevin Acey's written about it. Teams have done this. Obviously, that's too extreme. Is it 1 in 5? I think that's too. I think that's probably too optimistic to say they have a 1 in 5 chance of making the postseason. But maybe it's a 1 in 10 chance. Which again, crazier things have happened, obviously, than things that happen 10% of the time. So. We'll see, reach out. I mean, I like the positivity. I know it's been a lot of negativity, obviously, and how can it not be if you've been following this team over the course of this year? I mean, you've wanted to get behind this team. The fans have been there every single night. We've all been rooting. You've been kind of praying and hoping, and it just hasn't turned over. And unfortunately, we've seen this before. This game has played out many a times before. I think the Padres have scored 10+ runs. I don't know the number of times. Maybe someone knows in the chat, 9, 10 times this year. And 4 or 5 times after scoring double-digit runs, they've been shut out in the very next game, including the last time they did it. So until they show us that this is not a fluke, it's a fluke, right? I mean, until this isn't a fluke, it's a fluke. And even winning tomorrow is not going to fully change our tune. This is going to take a concerted effort over the course of the next 6 weeks. It's certainly going to take, at very least, something like a 7-3 homestand. They're 1-1 right now, so they have 8 games remaining. If they go 6-2 from here on out, if they go 7-3 overall on the homestand, what are they, 6 games under right now? If they get to within a couple of games of 500 with 30-something games to play, despite their schedule, would that give you a reason for optimism or hope? I think so. I think if the Padres go 7-3, and Jim's like, they got to go 10-0. They got to go 9-1. I think he actually said 8-2 yesterday to cut him some slack. Hey, if they go 8-2, people will have some hope. I'm thinking, 8-2 would be amazing or better. But 7-3, people are going to tell me, oh, they only went 7-3, it's over. I don't think so. I think if they can go, 6-2 in these next 8 games, again, huge if. But if they're able to do that, let's just, theorize. You're 5.5 out right now. There's a chance that with the right breaks, you could be 3.5 out. If teams in front of you go 4-4 and you go 6-2, you could still be 5.5 out if other teams stay hot. But you get the right results. And by the way, these teams aren't running away with it. I mean, routinely, teams in front of the Padres are playing, 500 baseball, 4-6 over a 10-game stretch, 6-4, right? Nobody's really fully run away with it. The Cubs have had a nice stretch over the last 30 games or so. But, put some pressure on. Get this thing down to 3.5, and then let's see. Let's see what happens if the Padres can find a way to keep getting closer potentially. Again, long way from now to then. Does it start tonight? We'll see. We'll see based on how they play tomorrow when they play the Orioles at 5:40. Again, John Schaefer with you on the wrap-up show. If you are here, please subscribe. Year-round exclusive content for Padres fans. If you wouldn't mind smashing the like button, I would appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind following me on Twitter at John Schaefer, I'd appreciate it. Also, if you wouldn't mind clicking the link in the description down below right now and subscribing to our brand new John and Jim YouTube channel for even more Padres content, we would really appreciate that. Again, click the link in the description down below. As I've told you, I'm going to get to every single super chat here tonight. Right now, one-man band. Jim apparently is on the longest dinner in American history, a dinner that started like 3 hours ago. It's probably spectacular. So hopefully Jim will make it for the second half of the show. He's currently enjoying a spectacular dinner, probably to celebrate this big Padres 10-3 win tonight over the Orioles. But I'll get to every single super chat. Just click that $ below the chat box, and we'll get to every single super chat here tonight. There were a couple of big moments. By the way, say, what do you mean there were big moments? I mean, they led 7-0. The big moments, the grand slam. Then I thought top of the 4th inning for Wacha, who's back for the first time in forever. The Orioles have the bases loaded with 1 out for Cedric Mullins, who has killed Wacha in his career. Something like 500 hitter with 17, 18 plate appearances or ABs. And he's able to strike him out with 1 out. So that was huge. Yeah, it was 7-0, but you're basically like a double away from a 7-3 game. Obviously, a grand slam away from a 3-run game. But he went strikeout to get out of that spot. And then, of course, Baltimore never seriously threatened. And I thought there were some good signs in this game, additionally, from like Scott Barlow, who goes a couple of scoreless innings. Luis Garcia obviously has been a lost cause. Oh, we have a developing situation. We have a developing situation. Change the background, Jim. We have a developing situation. Hold on.
Oh, Jim doesn't show up for shows when they win. Jim doesn't come to wrap
I
up
knew
show
if I
when they
kept
win.
doing it, you would like race
Jim only
it.
shows up for doom and gloom. Jim only shows up for losses. Oh, he's such a doom and gloomer. Oh my God. Shut up.
I figured, after tonight, I thought you might want to this. They're back. That's what I was saying. I think this team's fully back after tonight. There's no question about it. They're fully 100%. I think they kind of control their own destiny right now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. By the way, I had family in town, so suck it. Okay. I was out with them. And
now, is it your family or Aaron's family? Because you told me earlier and I didn't listen.
It's my family. My aunt's in town. So
that would be
my mom's
sister.
Yes. And I got to see the game at the restaurant. It was a perfect view. Padres game was right over the corner of everybody, and it was just boom, perfect view of everything.
Did you see the big
grand slam? Yeah. That season is turned around.
Did you see Luis Garcia give up 2 runs in the 9th inning?
Yeah. Shocker. But it's the same. It's this the same old, dude. I mean, you win, you lose 4-1, and you go out and you score 10 runs the next game, and it's like, not only can you do it again, but can you do it for the next 2 weeks?
Right.
Like, I'm sick and tired of them doing this crap. So it was a great night for run differential. Hey, if you're a run differential whore out there, you had a great night.
That's me. I was literally screaming at Luis Garcia. Like, I nearly broke the television. Like, stop it. Stop giving away run differential.
Stop doing that. They need to have a +9 out of this game, and now it's only a +7.
Isn't their run differential now higher than the Orioles run differential, and they're 28 games over? Is that right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
That's bonkers.
It is wild. And it just kind of shows you at times why run differential is stupid.
Oh, it can be very overrated.
Very overrated. Now, if you look at, if your run differential is like +200, you better be
definitely a playoff team. There's no +200 team that's not in the playoffs ever.
You better be a playoff team.
Yeah, they could be. They're probably, Jim, going to be a +100 team, right? What are they, 60, 70 over right now? It's weird. They could definitely be a +100 team and be on the outside looking in, which is pretty weird with 12 playoff teams.
Yeah, it's if that were to happen, it would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5.5 out. Yay.
They got some nice results. Listen, I was about to. They almost had a perfect night. I haven't even mentioned this. Obviously, winning is helpful, but listen to this real quick. I don't even know if you looked it up. Did the deep dive. Miami lost.
Mm-hmm.
Cubs lost. Reds lost. Now, Arizona was down 5-3 in the 9th. They won at Colorado. Yes. San Francisco was scored. Now, San Francisco against the second wild card. You're probably getting cute even mentioning them right now. But they were scoreless in the 6th and they ended up winning. They won tonight. So, but Marlins, Cubs, Reds lost. And again, it's as stupid until they're a 500 team, and they haven't been since May 10th.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like we've talked about. I still, they're not backing in, but these teams in front of them just aren't good enough to put them out of their misery, so to speak.
Yeah.
So at 5.5 games, you can't pretend like it's a 1 in a million when Fangraph says they have a 20% chance of making the postseason. I think that's high, 20%, but it's not 1%. It's somewhere between the two numbers.
This team, first off, doesn't deserve to make the postseason. But if they happen to even get close, whatever, dude. But they're not even, like you said, they're not a 500 team. They're 6 games under. Okay. I've said it multiple times. There's no chance I'm taking this team seriously at all until they're above 500. So that's what it is. You had a great night. Cool. Back it up with this type of night for 2 straight weeks. because you haven't done it at all this year. And these wins are really good, but these types of wins, I don't know, man, they just bug me because it's like you have it in you. You can do this, and then you don't, and you give up in games. And it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating to watch this team play, man.
Yeah, it is.
So frustrating.
It is. And nights like tonight make it potentially, to your point, even more frustrating because, I mean, listen, with Blake, how many times have I said this, Jim? I'm like, everything is stacked in your favor. You have to win, and then they lose. Blake Snell, off in a rubber match in a game you got to get, off a 10-run game, you have to win. And I've said that 8 times this year, and they've lost. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know what to say about it. This might be my favorite super. Okay. I think a genuinely curious super from Antonio. Thank you, by the way. He says it would be super cool if you go on Ben and Woods.
Okay.
Are you allowed to, as different radio stations? Let's take you behind the curtain. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think people don't fully understand it. Why would they? They don't work in radio.
Yeah.
The answer is no, it's not possible because that's kind of the point. I mean, the stations literally compete with each other, and like that's kind of the purpose.
So
so like we're contracted to be on our radio station, which means we can't even go to another radio station in market or out of market, like during the terms of that contract.
We work for iHeartMedia. Okay, they're a different company. All right, and if we ended up going on there, we would get fired.
Well, I think initially probably like suspended, and then
probably that too. Yeah,
but yeah, there'd be a decent chance you get fired, probably.
Yeah, there is a
now. Could they come on with us?
No.
Probably not.
0% chance there is any collab in the future.
My first week at Extra 1360. You'll find this interesting. You were working across the street because it was in 2017. My first work at Extra 1360. My first week. Mark Willard was off. Shocker. Hi, Mark. Like on vacation. And the show was Stephen Woods and Rich Ornberger for the first week. And I was behind like the glass. Yeah. And Woods, I want to say for about a year, Jim, that's probably 17 into 18, was like a fill-in host on 1360. He then, I want to say, maybe got hired full-time at 1090. Is that math work? I think.
Why don't you just write their autobiography?
And then 1090 went under. Then Ben and Woods.
You're like, let's just promote their show. Do it.
But hold on. But then Mark left for San Francisco. Our program director said, John, do you want to be a sports talk host? I'm like, not necessarily, but sure. And then that's how I got elevated to the Loose Cannons. Then what happened?
And then I got rehired by iHeart because Darren went to iHeart and they needed a producer because Jordan was leaving and they wanted me, and I was on Coach's show at the time and I wasn't under any type of contract. So it was very easy for me to go work for iHeart. And then I signed a contract with iHeart. And actually the first person that I saw when I returned to the building was you. And you're like,
yeah. I'm like, what are you doing here?
What are you doing
You're wearing
here?
Like a leather coat or something. You're always wearing a leather coat.
I was until the leather coat got ruined.
Right.
And then working on Darren's show. And then, yeah, pandemic happened and shit hit the fan. And then here's the wrap-up show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, I wanted to get to a comment here so we took you behind the curtain. I think people sometimes appreciate that. Here is actually an interesting question. And I do like this, great friends. If Jim's late again, we're going to have Ted on the show. People might say, well, hold on. Didn't Ted call games on the Padres flagship and then Ted call games on iHeart?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes. But as a play-by-play voice, he was like contracted through like the teams.
Right.
Not the teams that had rights on the station. It's a little different when you're a sports talk host. It's a little confusing, but it's a little different, if that makes sense.
He worked for the Padres
and
San
like
Diego State.
Yeah, exactly. And still does, by the way, work for San Diego State, and still is an ambassador, by the way, for the Padres.
Ted can do both. He can do both.
He can do all three. He could also do the wrap-up show.
Do you think if you sent Ted a link, he would?
I would love for that to happen. I would love for him to show up right now.
He's like,
I mean, he's an amazing storyteller. He's he's spectacular. I'd love to hear Ted tell some stories right now. All right, let's get back to some of these supers that are rolling in. Kerr down, Garcia stays. The Garcia Carpenter situations are interesting. I don't know the Garcia terms in terms of his options. Like, does he have any options remaining? And he's under a contract that's obviously larger than Ray Kerr's. I think that's got to be at least a factor. And then this thing with Carpenter is he makes $12 million over 2 years, which includes next year. So that has to be a factor in him still being here. You saw the quotes from Bob Melvin postgame or not?
No.
Dude, it's like the most amazing comments ever. He's like, I've never pulled for someone in a bat more than I pulled for Matt Carpenter tonight in this pinch hit at bat. I'm like, wait, what? Excuse me?
It's going to your theory of the Carpenter.
But it doesn't work for my theory because my theory, it's my theory, and it's a dumb theory. I mean, you know me, I'm not Mr. Rumor, but I'm theorizing. Why does he not play for 3 weeks? Is it because Preller says he's got to stay on the roster? He's making $12 million these next 2 years, and then Bob's saying, but he's not helping my team. But that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Or has Bob been told by AJ not to play? I'm making things up, but there's got to be a reason, Jim. Was he? There has to be a real reason he hasn't played for 3 weeks, right?
Because he's not good.
That can't be the reason he doesn't get one plate appearance.
I got nothing else for you. Then that's all I got is he's not good.
So you don't think there's a controversy? Do you know what I mean? Like, or do you think
there's something
like
there.
A conspiracy?
Oh, there's something there.
Okay, I agree.
There's something there.
No, I agree with you. So I don't, Murray. It's a great question. I don't know the dynamics with Garcia's contract. I don't know the dynamics with Carpenter's, but it's definitely playing a role in some of these roster moves
for sure
that they are making.
Yeah.
Circular, what's going on, man? Guys, if you're here, subscribe. If you're here, please consider a super chat by clicking the $sign below the chat box. We'll get to all the supers, and please subscribe to our brand new channel.
Yes,
John and Jim. More Padres content. Click the link in the description down below. Please subscribe to that brand new channel. He says, how hard is it to get into radio if you're boring and have problems with mumbling?
Well, just look at me. Not that hard.
Wait, now is that a shot, Circular? Or are you being like, is he being like serious?
Serious? I hope it is a shot.
The thing with radio is like, I think it is hard to get into, but it's just kind of random if you're able to get into it.
It is. It's one of those kind of right places, right time thing.
Yeah, definitely.
At least in my situation. And being in this town for well over a decade, like literally starting from the bottom, like literally starting at the part-time.
What was your first job in terms of what you had to do?
Like that I got paid?
Yeah. Like what were you doing and this was at Extra, right?
The Extra at iHeart. I was the board op producer for a show called The Drive with Judson and Costa.
Oh yeah, okay. I like it. Was this afternoon drive?
It was afternoon drive. Well, hence it's called The Drive, and it was.
Dude, I don't freaking know. People drive in the morning.
From 3 to 6 p.m. every day, and that was when the station only had 2 local shows, morning and afternoon. And ironically, you had Ben Higgins and Ello doing a morning show. And then Steve came over, and then it became Steve and Costa's producer and board op. And I did a lot of Charger stuff. And then I went to 97.3, and I worked there for 3.5 years doing the Padres radio, and then working with he who shall not be named in the morning, and then coach in the afternoon when he got the afternoon gig. And then went over to Darren, then started doing that with Darren, and then did the wrap-up show. Why
don't you work with more people in San Diego?
And then now I'm working with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and I did Mark and Rich for a while.
Yeah, exactly. That was fun. The producer of Mark and Rich before I showed up in San Diego was Jim, and then I produced Mark and Rich for a year before Mark left.
It's just crazy how it worked. Yeah,
it's a very small world. Okay, let me get back to some of these supers. We need to tell you about our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz. What the hell are we doing? I have no idea.
What are you doing?
Well, whatever. It's kind of 120 games. The team's 6 games under. They won 10-3. What are we going to do? Go break down Fernando Tatis Jr. playing center field in the routes he took? I mean, I can't do that tonight. Let me get to this from Murray. Thank you. He says, now that Jim is there for my earlier super thanks. I'm not sure.
They call me an idiot.
No, I'm trying to think. Is he referencing something from earlier? Murray, let us know. He said earlier, thanks for all of our support. So he might be referencing that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, no, thank you. Seriously, Murray, again, we talked about this earlier. HBVV, thank you. You both have looks for radio. I need a John and Jim documentary soon.
We've only been on the air for over a year and a half. There's no
of John and Jim, but we did a wrap-up show for 4 years.
That's true.
Right.
Has it been 4 years? 2020?
4 seasons.
Okay, 2020 season was our first year, yeah.
It's crazy, man. Gosh. We've done this a lot of nights. A lot of nights.
Yeah.
In fact, 2020, 60 consecutive games. We did every single game.
Oh my God, that's right.
It was crazy. We're like, it's only 60 games, and then all of a sudden we're sitting there like 20 games in, like, what the hell are we doing? This is a lot.
Well, thankfully we did every single game because it helped ruin my relationship at the time and make me realize that she wasn't the one, and now I'm with Aaron, which is perfect. So there we go.
Thank you. The Perfectionist, thank you for the super. He says, off topic, do you think Soto gets extended? Can't help but think about a lineup of Soto, Tatis, Machado, Bogarts, Kim, Merrill, and Salas for the future. That is interesting when you add some of the younger pieces in, some of these guys that are locked up. I think that is an interesting way to actually look at it. I have no idea, to be honest with you. I find it more unlikely than likely the way I've kind of seen this process play out. But, I mean, that's just pure and sheer speculation. But, I mean, the way I see it today, Jim, and I don't know how you see it, is I'd be surprised if Juan Soto was extended, but I wouldn't be shocked if Juan Soto was extended.
At this point in time with this season, I would be shocked.
Shocked? No, I'm not saying in this. I'm just saying in general.
Oh,
like at any point he's extended. Like if he's here in 2025, would you be shocked?
No, I'd be surprised. I would be shocked. I'd be surprised. Yeah, I'd be surprised.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think I'd be surprised. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're talking, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't know how much more money they can just keep throwing at this thing. I mean, that's big money. And what does that mean to your, like, rotation?
Right. And the money that they've already spent, like, you need to fill out a rotation. You need to fill out bench pieces. You need to fill out bullpen. Like, there's a lot here that you need to fill out with pretty much 170 million already, like, on the books.
Right. Yep. That's exactly right.
So many people in the chat want like radio stories.
It's all radio.
It's all radio.
It's all radio. We'll get back to that. We do need to remind you, though, that our title sponsor of the wrap-up show has been with us since day one on YouTube, which is now about 2 years to the day. We're pushing 2 years. It was September of 2021. Mark Nimitz has been with us since day one. We can't do this without your support. Everyone here live or on replay, and we can't do it without the support of our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. I've had insurance policies through Mark now for the better part of the last 2+ years. Homeowners, an earthquake, and a life insurance policy here in 2023. It's as simple as this. You can change your policy or switch to Mark, and he's going to save you $750 or more. So he's going to save you real money. And he's a San Diegan and a huge Padres fan and a big-time supporter of this channel as well. You can get to his website on screen by clicking the link in the description down below. You get free quote online. You get all the quotes you want free online. You can call him to get a free quote. He'll talk to you about the Padres, but he's got great service. He really does, because I had to file a claim in here last year, and it was completely overwhelming. It would have been without Mark, who literally took care of everything for us, saved us so much time and so much money. So the next time you get a renewal, before you renew, call Mark. And if you're looking for information on a new policy, give Mark Nimitz a call or make sure to check out his website by clicking the link in the description down below. Again, if you support our work, support our title sponsors company as well, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance.
Yeah, all his information is always above my head, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let him know that John and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you. Hey, Bentley.
What's up, Bentley? Put Bentley on screen.
Hold on.
Pick some paws up or something.
Bentley, come here.
Bentley.
Oh, hold on. Oh, Bentley.
Oh my gosh, Bentley.
I'm like choking him.
Turning point. Yeah, don't kill the dog.
Come here, B. Come here. Come here. Oh, there's a good puppy.
Where's
bear.
Erin?
She's in the bathroom, I think.
So the dog just like left.
Come here, Bubba Bear. Yeah. Oh, that's a good puppy.
Should I show everyone Sleeping Sullivan?
Oh, I love you. I love you. You're famous now, Bentley. You're on the wrap up show. This is turned in. We're just talking about dogs.
What are we doing? Hold on. Can I do this?
Come here, Bubba Bear.
That might not be working. Oh gosh.
Yeah, we got Bentley right here. Hold on. B, say hi. Say hi, Bentley. Bentley, come here. Oh, he's gone. Okay.
What is hold on?
Someone screenshot this picture.
Jeez, what happened to me? Hold on.
I'll ever look at my crotch. And we're back. Whoa, a little too high.
Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. Darn A Trip just texted us. Best wrap-up show yet. We're just showing off animals.
We're just like, screw it.
We're such idiots. By the way, Jim, do you want to tell everyone how you ruined sports rap on NBC7's Roku channel yesterday?
I didn't. It wasn't my fault. I get in there, I go on the mic, we talk, and at the end of the show, my mic wasn't working the whole time. I didn't know that.
It was your mic.
Oh, sorry. Well, and Darnay even texted me, but like I couldn't, like I would have to literally have gotten up, going around the corner, and like changed it as he's recording.
You should have.
Yes. Okay. My fault. My bad.
We need a new channel that's called Wrap Up Show Unwrapped, like the behind the scene. We need another YouTube. If there's one thing we need is another YouTube channel.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we need more YouTube channels. That's all we need.
Tour of John's place. Yes or no? I want to see my sleeping child. That's like illegal, literally, to show like on YouTube. But where were we? Where are we?
Wrap Up Show After Dark.
Wrap Up Show After Dark. It's like Pac-12 After Dark.
Let's just talk about our lives. I mean, this team is still 6 games under, so we'll figure it out.
What do you want to talk about? Jim's getting married next year, and I'm the officiant.
Yeah. What? Hold on. What is that?
It's a dog.
No, but Bentley, did he like spit something out? I don't know. This is off the rails.
It's completely off the rails. Circular, thank you again. He says, how long will the "that's what's in" curse last? Jesus, forgotten.
Who the hell knows?
I mean, there's so many of these like mini curses, like Kershaw meme gate. That's what's in. Wasn't there a mural of like the Friar stepping on the Philly Fanatic? There's been a series
before
of
this.
these.
Like, why would you ever do that?
Series of these stupid things. I don't think any of them really mean anything, but you could argue that they all mean everything. So I don't know. What are you laughing at?
It's the chat.
I'm not even I don't even know what's happening.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
What was I going to say?
I don't know.
Oh, Tatis, by the way, we talked about center field. 3 hits tonight for Fernando Tatis Jr., who's really slid in the second half.
I saw on social, was he not doing well in the outfield tonight?
Yeah, I don't know fully. I wasn't. I mean, I was. Did I tell you this, dude? Here, another behind the scenes story. I drive to meet my wife at her friend's house after work. I just type in an address, right? She's like, meet me here. So I park because we're going to her friend's house. I'd never been there before. I just park. I'm like, oh, that's a cool area. I don't know where it was. You know me. I don't know anything.
You're the worst.
I'm the worst at that. I mean, my hometown, I'm like, I have no clue where I am. But so I park, Jim, and I start walking on the side of the street. All of a sudden, someone rolls down their window and starts yelling at me like, what the hell are you doing here? It's Brent. He's like, you're at my house. I'm like, I am? He's like, yes, I live here. I'm like, well, I'm doing dinner here. So I was a block away from Brent. After I did dinner with my wife, and her friend. I texted Brian. I'm like, let me see the dog. So he came outside with the dog.
Oh, really?
The dog was freaking out. Peanut.
Yeah, going crazy. Well, Peanut got a little
he got like stung by
a bee today.
I know. This is like the dog show today.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this
what
is
were
the dog show.
I don't know if he played. I don't know how he played. Is my point, because I was at dinner like you were at dinner. I have no clue how he was. His routes he was taking in center field tonight. But I'm fine with it because he's.
I asked you about Tatis.
He's gonna be great.
I asked you about his defense, and you're like, "Well, I went to dinner tonight."
Well, that's because I'm saying I didn't see every play he made.
I saw Brent, and we saw his dog, and then what'd you ask?
Wait, hold on. I don't know, but Darnay just texted saying this is like you both got your wisdom teeth pulled and the sleeping gas hasn't worn off yet. I don't know why.
Because
did you drink tonight?
I did.
I had a glass of wine, but
but here's the thing.
I don't think it was like spite.
It's hard to take this team seriously. Like, this is why we're
supposed to talk about
dogs and radio. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me get back to some of these supers that are coming in. Guys, if you're here, subscribe. Year-round content for Padres fans, radio fans, and dog fans.
Dogs fans, yeah.
And thank you for the supers. Click the $sign if you'd like to support, like, what is this, Styles Clash 619? Imagine someone telling you at the beginning of the season that Gary Sanchez would hit the first grand slam for the Padres in mid-August. Weird. Super weird.
I would literally have been
like,
what? You are on a lot of drugs.
Yeah. And it would kind of tell you why the team is where they are. If you told me, hey, it's Gary Sanchez, DFA'd, and he's had a really nice year, to be honest.
Who's the MVP of this team this year? Ha-Seong Kim or Gary Sanchez?
Ha-Seong Kim.
Okay.
He plays every day. Yeah. It's not Soto. It's got to be Kim, right? Don't you agree?
Yes, but also I can make a strong case for Gary Sanchez, because if without Gary Sanchez, you would have had Austin Nola behind the dish for literally 2.5 months until Campusano got back.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not equated to them like being a good team. This thing could potentially have been worse.
Talking Friars tweet was funny.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it. I'm always like 10 minutes behind.
Well, yeah, because the technology is hard for you.
I don't understand technology. Well, my internet's back from yesterday.
It's great.
Thank you, Spectrum. Shout out Spectrum. After Jim ripped them yesterday, dude.
I don't care. I will net.
What if they were like a title spot? What if they had like a sponsorship package for us on the radio and you completely ruined that?
If they had a sponsorship package with us in the future, then I would literally tell you how great Spectrum is.
So you basically be lying, which is like an FCC violation.
Is that an FCC violation to lie?
Absolutely. Yes. You cannot endorse a product that you don't endorse. I remember my first time endorsing a product.
I don't. What is that like?
Dude, stop. Rita, thank you. He says, who's a good boy? Yes, you are. You're a good boy, buddy. So now we're getting dog supers.
Perfect. I'll make sure to put that $4.99 to Bentley's food treats.
Oh, okay. So Rich was there tonight. I was getting texts from Rich all night long. He says Tatis was terrible in center tonight. We're talking one game. He wasn't initially perfect in right, and he became like an amazing right fielder.
Blow it up.
Sullivan, what are you doing? I think my dog has to go out.
Let him pee on the floor.
Hold on.
Yeah. I want to be in silence until John gets back. I'm literally just going to look up at the ceiling until John gets back, all right? Actually, no. Let's do this. Ask me anything you want. I'll answer the question. Doesn't have to be a super. I don't care. One question. What do you got? I'll answer it. Give me one question, and I'll answer the question.
What's going on?
I said, I'll answer one question, whatever you want.
Oh, here we go. It's Jim on. Okay.
Jim on Hinge.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be anything.
Okay. Well, do you want to tell everyone about your infatuation with the Chargers?
No, I hate the Chargers.
I'm kidding.
Change Surfo. Coach is not a dick. Coach is actually really, really nice.
Super nice.
Coach is an amazing person. How much does Dean Spanos suck? A lot. What was it like working for Coach? It was fun. I mean, It was coach. It was just all sports, 24/7. Sports.
Does anyone really care? Does anyone really care to have Jim answer their questions?
Yeah. Jesus Christ asked me, what is the purpose of life, Jim? I think that is a very good question, Jesus Christ.
We're going to find out in the final 42 games of this regular season.
We'll know if the Padres give life purpose. Jim, do you shave your nuts?
Just stop, you idiot. Okay, hold on. Let me get back to let me tell our listeners and viewers about our partnership with Aura. You're such an idiot. You don't have to read everything that comes in.
Who's cooler, Braden or Scraby? Definitely Braden.
Dude, stop for a second.
Does Jim play guitar? No, I don't.
I'm going to kill you.
What's the last four of your social security number?
Dude, stop talking for... Wait, did I put this on screen?
Hold on.
Okay, hold on.
Stop.
Dude, chill. Chill for a second. There's plenty of time. Guys, if you're looking for a way to support this channel, if you're looking to get healthier, Aura, okay? Did anyone hear the caller today at John and Jim?
We're going to trade away Juan Soto to the Marlins.
Michael called today.
Leave this up for a second. If you guys, you have to go listen to it.
Can we pull it up?
No, you have to go subscribe to John and Jim on YouTube.
Yeah, and then go listen to the entire 3-hour show to find it.
Yes, and go listen to it. It's freaking
No, when was it? It was in the 5 o'clock hour, right?
Yeah, it was 5 o'clock hour. Yeah.
Oh, it was at 5:30. It's literally 5:30.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Anyway, guys, seriously, if you're looking to get healthier, do so with our friends over at Aura, ora.organic. Their co-founder, Will, is a huge Padres fan, longtime supporter of this channel. They are based in San Diego, offices in Liberty Station. Will is a lifelong Padres fan, native San Diegan, huge supporter of our work. Everyone's looking to get healthier. They got amazing plant-based nutritional products. They really do, whether it's probiotics. I take one every day for digestion, heart health, mental clarity, working with Jim, etc. They've got proteins for after workouts. They have pre-workout supplements, omega-3 oils. If you're taking a fish oil, they have omega-3 oils. They have sleep pills, immunity pills. They have more. Click the link in the description down below. You can shop as you watch or listen to the wrap-up show. Again, ora.organic, or click the link in the description down below. If you support our channels, please support our local partner, Aura, ora.organic, or click the link in the description down below if you're looking to get healthier.
Yeah, go there right now. They have everything you need to live the healthy lifestyle that you're looking for. If you're looking to try some supplements, you don't know where to start, go to Aura, www.ora.organic. You'll thank us later.
By the way, Mark texted me this morning. He's like, morning, can you please tell Jim when he's reading my email, it's mnimitz@farmersagent.com. So whatever you're saying is wrong. And I wrote back, he's such an idiot. Will do. And good morning.
mnimitz@farmersagent.com.
What do you typically say?
Do I say mnimitz@farmersagents.com? I thought I always say mnimitz@farmersagent.com.
I'm going to have to listen back to yesterday, man.
I might have said Mark Nimitz yesterday, but it's always by my screen. I have my head right here.
What is my dog doing? Do you hear this?
Nimitz.
What's he doing? Hold on. Oh, I think he's eating a fly. Okay, thank you, Nate. He says, why do they keep sending Garcia out there to get slaughtered? That Orioles position player pitched better, LOL. Yeah, McCann, who got Machado to ground out. Why do they keep sending Garcia out there, Jim? Because you always have to have a 26th man. I mean, he pitches when they're up big or down big, right? It's obviously been a lost season for Luis Garcia. I don't know what his future is. I'm not exactly sure why he's here.
I don't know.
Can we talk about? Thank you, seriously, Nate.
Thanks, Nate.
I wish I could
the white
answer.
Flag. He's the white flag.
Unless you're up 10-1, but he's also kind of the white flag. Can we talk about the call for a second? Because the proposal was Machado to Baltimore, Soto in a package that also included Brandon Dixon to Miami. Isn't there one other big deal? Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Trade for Estuary Ruiz.
Oh, yeah. Get Estuary Ruiz from Oakland.
And then Matthew Batten has to be in a deal to get like Luis Ariz or something.
This is actually really funny. Probably me saying Ohtani was overrated.
Yeah, because you literally made an entire country hate you.
I was like I had so much conviction behind it. I'm like, this dude.
You were so mad.
You walked me right into it. You're like,
I did. I just put it on a tee for you and knocked it out of the park.
You really did.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick. I'm texting someone. Why don't you continue to tell Jim stories?
What do you want to know? Who screens the calls? Brent screens the calls. How does that work? He picks up the phone and says, Sports 760, what's your name? And they go, Michael. And I go, Michael, what do you want to talk about? He's like, I want to talk about the Padres and have a trade idea. Okay, Michael, I'm going to put you on hold. Make sure your radio's down. Do not cuss. Okay. Boom. That's how it works.
It was very good, Jim.
Yeah. Jim, are you Ben's father? No. Darnay or Kevin Brown, John?
What does that mean?
Like, who do you have to pick one? Darnay or Kevin Brown?
Well, what happens to the other one?
They die.
No, I'm not picking anyone. I'm not picking anyone. I don't even know. I don't know what we're doing. Here's what we are doing.
When we text in, yes, your full numbers show up, but it doesn't say like who you are, it just says number.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is great. Guys, underdogfantasy.com, the best and easiest place to play fantasy sports. And if you're looking for a place to play fantasy sports, you should consider doing it with Underdog Fantasy. If you go to underdogfantasy.com or if you use the Underdog Fantasy app, use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, you will get a 100% deposit match up to $100. 100% deposit match up to $100 by using promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. They have daily drafts going on right now in Major League Baseball. They have season-long NFL drafts going on, chances to win parts of $15 million in prizes. Daily Major League Baseball draft starting at just $3. Couldn't be easier to draft at Underdog Fantasy. You can do the auto draft. You can draft yourself. Afterwards, there are no trades. There are no waivers. They have daily pick'ems going on as well. Simple, higher or lower contests for a chance to win. Again, underdogfantasy.com. Use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, for a 100% deposit match up to $100.
This was a shit show tonight.
It really was.
Big time.
It really was.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not even denying it.
Oh, wait, there's one more thing. Since we're just going all plug here, there's one thing we have to plug.
All pluggy.
And it's pinned at the top of the chat, guys. The Juan Soto Big Head bobblehead that is now available for pre-order. There are just 123 of these. We told you about them last night. I know a number of our viewers picked these up last night. I talked to Foco today. This will sell out. I think we've probably promoted 7, 8, 9 of their bobbleheads. And I want to say every single one but one has sold out. So this will sell out. If you want this product, click the link pinned in the top of the chat. The detail on these products are incredible. This is officially licensed. Jim has a number of them. He's been preaching to me about Foco for a long time, hence the fact that we are endorsing them. If you are interested in this product, okay, but hold on, Jim, there's more. Let's say you wanted, for example, the Slam City.
What a perfect night
we promoted Slam City last night. Guess what happened? They hit a Grand Slam.
If they had another Grand Slam tomorrow, I will buy a Slam City one.
Deal.
I'll wear it every day for the rest of my life.
Deal. For the rest of your life. If they hit a Grand Slam tomorrow, you're going to wear this.
Even on my wedding day.
What?
Like, even on my wedding day, I'd be like, look, babe, Slam City.
Deal. It can be the three of us. You can wear Slam City. Aaron can wear Padres, and I can wear this brown one.
Yes.
Since I'm officiating the wedding.
Right.
I think the Slam City one is more, maybe. Anyway, if you want these, they're now available. And then there's also this friendship bracelet, because nothing says friendship like watching the Padres. This one says, I love Padres. Bring the gold. Yesterday I said bring the gold, but tonight it's bring the gold. They won 10-3.
Like watching the Padres.
And I love Fryer. Anyway, click the link pinned in the top
Nothing
of the chat.
says family like the Padres.
Use promo code WrapUpShow10, WrapUpShow10 in all caps for 10% off your order, but that can't be a pre-order item. That has to be an order or an item that's in stock. WrapUpShow10 in all caps.
Mike asked us, are we going to be doing a giveaway soon? Should we like...
Yes, I think we should for like FOCO or what? Here's the deal. What do you got?
No, talk. Continue.
Give something away like in your house. Bentley.
Oh, yeah, that'll go over well. I'm going to give away Aaron.
Oh, yeah, that would be an interesting
one. Called prostitution. Should we I don't know.
Well, we got to figure it out because we got to figure out a way that we can actually do it.
Yeah.
I want to do a giveaway for the brand new John and Jim YouTube channel.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I want to get us to 1,000 subscribers.
I would think that's a good one. Yeah.
So
should we buy a
Slam
City bracelet?
A Slam City bracelet for one lucky subscriber of John and Jim on YouTube.
Yeah. Ooh, I might have something we can give away.
Is that a tease?
That's a tease.
Okay. So stay tuned.
Murray, I do not know Hacksaw. I think I met him one time.
Give away Jim's chonkless hat from San Antonio.
No.
Guys, if you're here, you're not getting this type of Padres content anywhere else because this isn't Padres content. So please subscribe. Year-round exclusive Padres discussion. Even more, by the way, on our brand new YouTube channel, John and Jim, which is every single day, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6. Click the link in the description down below. Please subscribe to our brand new channel. We launched this just a week ago. If you want to ever watch John and Jim as opposed to listen to it on San Diego Sports 760 or the iHeartRadio app, you can now do that on YouTube. Okay. Do you want to finish it off with well, no, there's nothing to finish it off with. We're going to be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. We'll be back tomorrow night with another edition of the Wrap-Up Show, although I'm told that Aaron has another dinner and Jim, everyone's in town tomorrow. It's the engagement night. It's a rehearsal dinner tomorrow night in San Diego, 9 months out, or whatever it is. I don't even know how many. By the way, you got to tell me what I need to do to officiate this damn wedding.
Okay.
Because you know me, I'm going to start freaking out about that like January 1st.
Yeah, I know.
Will John be Jim's kid's godfather? Bring on Kim on?
No.
The answer is no and no, whatever you're asking. I have one kid. That's enough.
Andrew says he thinks they got blocked. Maybe other people in the station can block you.
Well, who got blocked?
Andrew says, can you get your number blocked? Yeah, you can get your number blocked. I don't block any numbers.
Where's my dog going, man? My wife's literally going to, because she closes the door when I'm not doing this and goes to sleep, but then the dog just runs upstairs and he bangs his paw on the door. It's a process. Anyway. Subscribe, smash the like button, follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you, by the way, for the super thanks. We had a super thanks that rolled in. Let's see. Actually, let me give a shout out real quick to the super thanks that rolled in this morning, Jim. And that.
Your wife's awake, by the way.
I know. We should just open the door. Oh, my gosh, Chris. Why are you in the chat? That is hilarious. That is so funny. Hilarious. Colby Lefevre, thank you for the super thanks. Okay, so if you're here on replay and you want to support this channel, we do appreciate the super thanks. So thank you, Colby Lefevre, who had a very good comment, by the way, on our channel last night. We appreciate that, Colby. We appreciate all you guys that have commented with the super thanks. Support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, Auto, Home, Runner's Life, whatever it is. Click the link in the description down below. He's our title sponsor. He can save you real money. Click the link in the description down below. I'm talking like $750 or more. Ora, ORA.organic. Click the link in the description down below if you're looking for plant-based nutritional products, if you're looking to get healthier, also a San Diego-based company. Underdog Fantasy, again, use promo code PADSWRAP, PADSWRAP. You will get a 100% deposit match up to $100. All right, I got to go walk the dog, and I got to make sure that Kristen doesn't kill me. See you tomorrow, 3 p.m., and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.